Welcome back to Studio F, where on Fast Times Willy B, we'll be reviewing The Goonies. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Hit it, Russ.
Welcome back to Fast Times Willy B. I'm Willy B. I got Mom on. Mom, how we doing?
We're good.
Doing
Exhausted,
good?
but good.
So, in honor of Mother's Day, I let my mom pick the movie that we're going to review, and we're doing The Goonies.
Hey, you guys.
1985 classic, directed by Richard Donner, who did The Omen in the horror aspect, Superman in the comic book aspect, and The Goonies in childhood adventure aspect. So, a guy of many trades, you could say.
Wow.
Cast has some big names. Sean Astin, Corey Feldman, Josh Brolin, among others.
We love Sean Astin.
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy. Rudy.
But we'll hop right into the good. Where do you want to start? I know you love this movie.
The whole movie.
The whole movie.
Okay, here's my favorite thing. 1985, 11-year-old kid. I've literally watched this movie myself.
Mm-hmm.
And with every one of my children, including Jude this morning, or this afternoon, we watched it.
Yeah.
She's 4. So it's timeless. I mean,
Yeah.
I've literally watched it with all of you.
It's going to be 40 next year.
Grandkids, even.
Movie's going to be 40, which, yeah, it's definitely
So
timeless.
it's almost as old as me, actually. Did I say I was 11 when I first watched it? I'm lying.
That means it's going to be in theaters next year, more than likely, for a 40th anniversary.
Now
So
that I've never done.
So we'll have to make plans. But I agree, like, we're probably going to stick in the good for most of this review. There's not much to gripe. I mean, I guess you could probably say the bats, but like, for 85, like...
Looking at the bats now, I mean, Jude did laugh at the bats.
Yeah.
The bats look a little fake, but they get the point across.
For sure. It's just a fun adventure, though, that you kind of feel like you're on the entire time you're watching.
I mean, growing up, that's all we ever wanted to do.
Was
find treasure.
Go to the Goondocks and
find a treasure.
Find a pirate ship. No, like I was after I watched today. So this is probably the first time I've watched it in probably a decade. When I watched it today.
If you've been to my house, you've seen it.
Yeah. And obviously I remember watching it growing up. I always liked it, but watching it now as a 24 or 25-year-old, geez. Instead of, being 14, 15 or younger, there was things that, like, I definitely noticed and liked more. Mm-hmm. I really like the cast. I mean, Sean Astin, like we said, is awesome. Josh Brolin was great as the older brother. Yeah. I really like Corey Feldman in most of his roles when he was a kid, from Lost Boys to Stand By Me to The Goonies. Yeah. Corey Feldman's usually, he knocks it out of the park for a kid. Yeah. But... I really like, I know you, I asked you to be on this, you're like, I don't watch movies like you do, and this is going to sound like something that you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be on this, but the set design. I love the look of every shot. Yeah. I mean, from, them creating this cavernous place that these kids are going through, to the shot with the pirate ship in the little underground lagoon, to the pit that they could fall in if they play the wrong piano key, the water slide. I still want to ride that water slide.
Yeah, that water slide was sweet. I forgot all about that until I watched this today.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, man, I still want to go down that.
Yeah, Jude wants to go to Calgary.
Yeah. But like just every scene, the set that they build for every scene was done very, very well. And I think that's what makes this movie very captivating to watch. Yeah. And the cinematography is just gorgeous. And it's a very use of, like, earthy colors, too. Like, usually when you think earthy, you're like, oh, that's pretty boring. But, like, they do it so well because they'll shoot in yellows and oranges. And
Yep.
I don't know. I really like the way everything looked.
Yeah, it was good. I picked up more on, I think, having children and having you guys grown, the relationship with Brand and Mikey.
Yeah.
I know they fought, but there were also moments where Brand was very protective of Mikey, and you could just see that bond.
Yeah.
That even though there was such an age discrepancy, that he really looked out for his little brother. And I think having watched you kids grow up, I appreciated little things like that more.
Yeah.
It's weird how each decade, literally, that you watch it, you pick up different things. And you'll notice that, too, as you keep watching it, because we're going to watch this forever.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Brandon and Mikey felt a lot like me and Zach as kids.
Yes.
Now I feel like Zach and I get along for the most part pretty well. But like when we were kids, we had his moments where like, oh, I'm the annoying little brother that breaks his Legos, and he's just the older brother that is too cool for me. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if anything were to happen, I know 100% he was.
And you were, of course, kissing all his girlfriends, right?
Was I? No. But, oh yeah, you're talking about Mikey. You wish. No, yeah. But no, I kind of got that feeling like what you're talking about, watching us grow up. And even with Maddie and I, we're a lot closer in age, obviously, but I always feel like, there was a lot of moments where Maddie and I bickered. But if anything ever went the other way, obviously, I'm 100% behind Maddie.
Yeah.
No, I really like their relationship. I like a lot of the relationships in this movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, we get a lot of them tied at the end there, where Steph and Mouth are like, you have a nice voice when your mouth doesn't ruin it. And he goes, you have a pretty face when or what did he say? You're pretty when your face doesn't ruin it or something like that. So they, they have their end all be all. And then Andy and Brand, they kiss, and Andy gives her a little spiel to Mikey saying, those kisses will get some girls down the road. And it was just a happy ending.
Yes,
and
it was good.
The character arcs and relationships in this movie were all done really well. I mean, Spielberg had his finger on it too, and he's a wizard. Yeah. Steven Spielberg, anytime he's in the mix, I tend to like him. I know some people say Spielberg movies are overrated. Those people are wrong. Anything he touches is gold. Jurassic Park, Jaws, The Goonies. We're just going to stop at that because the list literally goes on for probably 200 movies. But
and he knows them all.
I mean, it would take me a little bit, but I could probably name most of his filmography. But yeah, I mean, like you said, there's not a lot to gripe with this movie. It's a lot of fun.
I watched it closer because I knew we'd be talking about it, and I really didn't have too much beef with it at all.
Yeah, the villains are good. The Fratellis.
Yeah.
They're as a kid they're scary. Like the mom is scary.
Yeah, I think that's what Judy's scared about the most.
The sons almost feel goony, like no pun intended, like they're goons.
Yeah.
But the mom is like
it's hardcore.
Yeah.
She'll stick your hand in a blender.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of her opinion, but then you got Sloth. Sloth is awesome.
Gotta love Sloth.
Yeah. Kind of, mistreated for sure, but he gets his happy ending too, tossing his mom into the water and ripping off the Superman shirt. And I love that because before watching it today, I didn't realize Richard Donner directed Superman. Oh. So when he ripped off the shirt and they play the Superman theme, I'm like, I get that scene a lot more now because he directed both movies. Because when I knew that was coming. I was like, I wonder how much they had to pay for the rights to that song. But it's all connected. So that was cool. That's, giving a little nod to his filmography too, a little shameless plug by Donner there. But no, Sloth is awesome. Hey, you guys. And
yeah. I like Data.
Yeah.
I loved inventing stuff as a kid and just I think I connected with him a lot more with all of that.
Yeah.
And even through my nursing career, just having to do what I had to do to make things work, at work sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's a little Data in all of us,
That zip line was high up. When I was watching it, I was like, yeah, if he got caught, Child Services is definitely getting called. No, from the shirt opening to the punching. And then I love at the end how you find out his dad's the same exact way. And then you get the nice quote where, my best invention was you.
Yeah.
I really like Qui-Gon. Even, as he's older, he was probably my favorite part of Everything Ever All at Once. But he was Short Round in Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
And I really liked him in that, too. Yeah. Another Spielberg. Him and Spielberg have that connection.
About that.
But I really like him in his roles as a kid as well. How I was saying with Corey Feldman. He's just a lot of fun and very inventive. The teeth thing would never work, but for the movie we'll let it happen.
It worked.
I don't know if that's clipping onto a Rocky formation and holding a kid above spikes, but it worked. He was shocked it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just there's really no gripe with any of the characters because they all have their part, Mouth is the guy that mouths off, but he's still,
But he has his dramatic moments, too. Like,
exactly.
He takes that coin, and that's his wish. It didn't come true, and he's taking it back.
And then Mikey's the asthmatic, kind of fears everything, but he's the one that really opens up in this movie, and is like, we got to keep going forward. Definitely. And then, you have the brothers, like, do I love my little brother? Yes, of course, but he's kind of, like, let's go home. Like, it just all worked. It was such a good group, so well written, and obviously well executed too. I mean,
it's just one of those movies. Like, I was surprised how easily I watched it again today. Like, how many times have I seen this movie? Like,
its replay value is through the roof.
Oh yeah, like never.
It's one of those movies. Yeah,
and it's all exciting again. Like you've never seen it before.
Yeah, like I said today, like there was even things that I kind of forgot because it's been so long, and then I was like, man, that's so good. Yeah. It like. Yeah, I mean, even like it was like I was watching for the first time.
The funniest part was like when Chunk just wanted that damn ice cream and taking a spoon and everything.
Oh, one of my favorite parts is when Chunk gets captured. And they're like, "Tell us what you know."
Well, in third grade,
he tells them everything.
That would be you.
And he's crying the whole time.
My mom called me a hypochondriac.
Yeah, that was such a good scene. I love also anything with Chunk. Chunk's probably my favorite character.
I stuck a train in Maddie's hair.
Yeah. He starts just telling everything he's guilty about. The beginning, the house setup, like, would you have let me do that if I invented a way to open the gate without, like, going out to the gate?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like Data might have had something to do with that.
For sure. But, I
like how he waited, though, He was just standing there like, let me in.
Well, you had to do the truffle shuffle first. And that's great, too. I was telling, after I watched it, I was talking to Jesse and Brennan, and I was like, we should start making all of our friends do the truffle shuffle before we let them in, like, the garage or something. Like, you gotta do the truffle shuffle.
Not your mom. Mom gets free pass.
There you go. Your grandfather didn't. But
grandmothered.
There you go. It like you said, it's timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 39 years old, and I watched it today.
It's as old as me. I mean, come on.
Feeling like I watched it for the first time again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There's not a lot of movies that can do that.
No.
There are some. I mean, for me, obviously, ones I just talked about on this channel, the first two Spider-Man movies are like that for me just because I grew up with them. I'm more of a Spider-Man fan than you. I'm sure you can't replay value the Spider-Man movies, but
the very first Spider-Man, yes, I do like it. I like it a lot.
But, like, the Goonies, I feel like, is just a consensus pick that most people... I don't think I've ever heard somebody say, I'm not a fan of the Goonies. Yeah. It's just one of those movies. It's a classic. It's a staple. Like you said, it's a household staple. It's a family staple. I feel like most of our family really enjoys this movie.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's just fun. And, like, the puzzles, the booby traps, it's just... It would be fun to experience, like you said. Like, as a kid, you just wanted to experience it. Like, that would be fun.
We were always on treasure hunts,
Yeah. That pirate ship scene is so good. That's a really good-looking pirate ship for 1985.
Yeah.
Like, that scene is really well done in the underground lagoon. And, you get the goons tied up, and then she slices down, and them finding the treasure, and finally finding One-Eye Willy, and the Baby Ruth. Like, there's just so many...
Which I had snacks for tonight. I forgot my Baby Ruth candy bars.
Yeah. I was looking forward to one. No, I'm kidding. You're good. We'll do a post-episode Baby Ruth. off camera Baby Ruth. But yeah, I mean, there's so much good to talk about. Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to pour out? I mean, I feel like we've talked about just about every clip in this movie.
From beginning to end, there's really... I mean, just from them wrestling... And Chunk dropping everything. It's hilarious. So when they want him to, or... Yeah. It's just hilarious. Oh, I got it. Oh, I don't got it. Just clumsy, funny. It's just
gluing the penis upside down on the statue.
It's my mom's favorite part.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Rosalita. I love the scene when they introduce Rosalita, who's there to help them pack because they're moving, and she's like, does anybody know Spanish? And Mouth. Corey Feldman's character comes up. He's like, I do. And he's like, don't mix, like in Spanish, he's saying, don't mix the drugs and all this stuff. And Rosalita's just like, she's like, don't go up in the attic. That's where the dad hides the bodies or something. Like, he's just saying things that's... Rosalita's like, honestly, based on what she was told at the end when she finds the gems, I was really surprised that she let the family have them.
Yeah, really.
Because I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to run away. Pay for something I want. But she gave them the gems and saved the Goondocks. But yeah, Rosalita's just a fun little supporting character there at the beginning and the end. Another thing I really liked, another scene, the scene where they discovered that they're at the bottom of the well because they find all the coins. I love the look of that scene, like the shots and everything. But when, is it Troy?
Troy's up there, yeah.
He's up there and he tosses Andy! I wish I could get with Andy, and then
you Goonies!
Yeah, and they send the jacket up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that scene, and when she gets called a Goonie.
That's when Mikey gets real, convinces them all to stay again.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Mikey, the center of it all.
He is. He really is.
Sean Astin.
Telling you.
Yeah.
As he should be.
For sure. I mean, those were probably, now that I'm thinking about it, The Goonies and Rudy might be the two most watched movies in our household when I was growing up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sean Astin is the man, I guess.
And then Stranger Things, so, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Here comes Bob.
Bob got done dirty, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Bob got done real dirty.
But the Goonies, he didn't. You know, he got the kiss, and then he got told he's a good kisser by an older woman. So I think he did pretty well for himself.
After she kisses him was so funny.
Oh, when Steph's like,
open braces.
Yeah, and Steph's like, open your eyes next time. It's a whole new experience, and she knows the whole time that it was Mikey. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, really good comedy. It is a really funny movie. Yeah, it's not one of those ones where there's like jokes that leave you in crickets, like. Even the stuff that's not supposed to be funny, I feel like I was laughing at. Yeah, like I had a lot of fun watching this one again. Yeah. I'm like starting to wonder if like Rosie's seen it because I know she hasn't seen a lot of movies.
What?
And I kind of want to watch it again.
We'll have to have that out on the patio then, family movie night.
I told Corey when I was watching it and he couldn't make it, and he was visibly bummed out. So I think he really wanted to watch it because he's seen it, but I think he wanted to watch it again.
Yeah.
Big Superman guy, so I know he loves Donner, but
we'll watch it out back.
Yeah, maybe that's what we can do next weekend.
Summer movie night.
Maybe Sounds we can cool. do the Goonies. I know we both just watched it, but like you said, it's endless replay value.
Watch it over and over.
So, but Definitely. Yeah. Do you have anything in the bad and the bad? We talked about it. There's really little to no flaws. There really
wasn't anything I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
At all.
So we'll hop over to our final thoughts and rating then. What do you want to leave off with the Goonies, and what are you giving it out of 10?
Watch it if you haven't seen it, which I just can't even imagine.
For sure.
Great movie. Watch it with your kids. I give it a 10.
10?
This is my favorite movie. Yeah. I mean, that's really hard to pick a favorite all-time movie, but every time he asks, I feel like Goonies pops in my head.
When I texted you, if you want to do a Mother's Day episode, and you picked the movie, I was like, the three that popped in my head when I was going to ask you the question, what's your favorite movie, were Goonies, It's a Wonderful Life, because I know that's probably your favorite holiday movie, but I don't know if that'd be your favorite, you know.
Love it.
And I'll be all. And then, what was the third one I thought
Top
of?
Gun.
Top Gun, yeah. Because we watched it on vacation, you kept telling me how much you loved it back when it came out.
Yeah.
So those were the three that popped in my head, and then when you said the Goonies, I was like, I figured. But I wasn't mad, don't get me wrong. Honestly, out of those three movies, The Goonies and It's a Wonderful Life, I definitely got my taste for from you, because I love both those movies. Not discrediting Top Gun, I do really enjoy Top Gun, but I honestly think Maverick was better, the new one.
I mean, Maverick was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
But,
it was.
What are you giving? You said a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
For me, like you said, it's a classic. It's timeless. Its replay value is through the roof. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for?
Come on over and we'll show you.
Exactly.
Movie night next weekend.
I was like in the 9s, close to a 10, but I think after just talking about it here for 20-ish minutes, I'm just going to say 10 out of 10. It's one of those movies, you know, I wouldn't say it's, I don't know, you could even say it's subjectively a 10. Like, it does a good job at doing what it's supposed to do. But objectively, it's definitely a 10 for me. I mean, it's a movie that anytime somebody pitched it, I think I'd be down.
Yeah.
And that's worthy of a 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
There you go.
I don't think I'd ever be like, I'm not feeling the Goonies. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those movies.
I want to be a Goonie.
Oh, be a Goonie.
Yep.
Maybe we can be the Goonies for Halloween.
Goonies.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. We were talking about Queen. You wanted me to be Brian May, but we could figure out who would be who in the Goonies.
We can do that.
Yeah. But...
Hey, you guys! worries.
We'll make...
I got my part.
We'll make Loki sloth. We'll just put a Superman shirt on Loki. Give him a little fake Baby Ruth around collar or something.
Baby.
I'll be Chunk. I'll do the shuffle all night. No, we should make like the skinniest person we know, like Zach. Should be Chunk. Zach and I could be Brandon.
There you go. Brandon Mikey.
Yeah. Zach has a lot of ideas for us. Waluigi and Wario.
Yeah.
Now we got Brandon, Mikey. I pitched the Applejacks characters. He'd be the cinnamon stick.
I'm gonna wear the trench coat and have
there
stuff flying out.
I told him I'll be the cinnamon stick or he can be the cinnamon stick and I'll be the apple from Applejacks. But yeah, we'll figure it out. That'll do it for the Goonies. Thank you, Mama, for coming on.
Welcome.
It was awesome. A lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. He's
only been begging me for like 3 years to get on here. So.
I hope you had fun.
I did. It was fun.
Definitely a movie worth watching.
Yes, watch it.
We thank you all for watching this episode. Now go watch the Goonies. If you like what you're watching here, though, check out some of these other videos. Hit the subscribe button or follow the social links down below. Again, we thank you all for watching, and we will talk to you all soon. Peace.
See ya.